The eunuch ordered the girls to eat the red-hot iron. The first girl collapsed in fear, the second fainted. The maid told them not to be afraid, saying the iron smelled like barbecue. The third girl, convinced by the maid's words, leaned forward to smell it. Just as the tiger child was about to swallow the whole thing, the maid quickly yelled at her to stop. Haley thought she had passed the test, but the maid told her it was just a warning. Now that you're in the harem, keep your mouth shut, or you'll end up eating crane's beak next time. Haley didn't take this seriously, as she had entered the palace to become the king's woman. She treated her with extreme care, hoping to soon be able to serve the king. But she never imagined the maid would select. The palace maids were so strict that they were not only made to balance dishes on their heads 100 times a day, but also had to stick their butts out when mopping the floor. They were not allowed to jump up or down when walking, and even had to maintain a uniform sleeping position, lying flat on their backs with their legs straight and their hands on their chest. If anyone tried to turn over or do something unkind, they would be mercilessly beaten by the maids. Many girls would cry for their parents, but Haley was different. Her life story was particularly pitiful. Her father starved to death when she was 9, her mother begged for a living, and her brother was born with no intelligence. Therefore, she wanted to change her fate more than anyone else and worked harder than anyone else. However, the excellent results she achieved through her hard work were envied and hated by the other young palace maids. The maids forcibly dragged her into a small dark room and insisted that she kneel down and admit her mistakes. Haley refused, shouting, "How dare you, a bunch of lowlifes, attack me? I'm from a noble family." She thought this would intimidate them, but it only made them laugh. He was about to strike back, but Haley grabbed his wrist and said, "If you, a bunch of lowlifes, hit me again today, my father will seek revenge on you tomorrow." Haley simply wanted to scare them away, but instead of running away, they faced even more intense retaliation. They were covered with a blanket and then severely beaten. Haley didn't take this minor incident seriously. She calmly washed her face after leaving the room and looked in the mirror.
This beautiful face of mine belongs to the king.
Thankfully, it wasn't damaged by these lowlife. Otherwise, they would all be members of the 9-Pig clan.
Crime.
Although Haley desperately wanted to become queen, she also knew she was powerless and needed a backer.
Maybe.
To avoid being bullied, she thought of Mammy. The clever Haley said, "If you don't mind, I'm willing to take care of you until the end of your life." Childless Mammy naturally wanted someone to look after her in her later years. Thus, Mammy became Haley's first pawn, and she soon proved useful. That night, Haley secretly staked out the palace to catch a glimpse of the king, but was discovered by the old eunuch. Trespassing into the king's chambers was a capital offense. Fortunately, Mammy and the eunuch had a special relationship which saved Haley's life. Haley desperately tried